Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to try Fat Squirrel from New Glarus Brewing Company. Jessica's mom just went to, what is it, Wisconsin, right? Yeah, Wisconsin, and picked me up a whole bunch, I think, it was 11 New Glarus beers, 3 of them that I've had, but I'm excited. Fat Squirrel by Untapped is a brown ale. No, I do not see an ABV on here, and I do not see a date. So let's check Untapped real quick. 5.8% ABV, 30 IBUs per Untapped, and like I said, brown ale, then it says other, whatever that means. So let's go ahead and open this, get it into a glass, and see what we think. There we go. I do like brown ales. Usually I like mine a little bit more nutty. So it'll be interesting to see how this one is. And most of these I've never even heard of from them. I don't want to read the side of it just because I don't want it to throw stuff in my head. Off-white, kind of caramel, light caramel colored head, small medium bubbles, a couple medium ones that are popping. Almost, I would say 3/4 fingers of head on there. Bubbles on the side are compact like dish soap. Color, yeah, nice brown in color. You guys are seeing it a little bit darker than what I am. It looks filtered. Very nice. I guess you couldn't say filtered, but maybe. Yeah, nice light brown color. Lots of bubbles coming up, but this glass is etched. This has probably been sitting out 10 minutes. So depending on how you like your browns or whatever beer you're drinking is going to depend on what comes out. You could get different flavors, especially when you're getting into these brown, darker beers. As they warm up, you could get different flavors, smells out of it. Let's go ahead and smell. Light caramel toffee, a tiny bit of roast in there. A little bit of sweetness. It definitely smells like your standard brown. And I was trying to think. I just had one. Was it that bitter? What was that? I don't even remember now. I just had one and I'm like, this smells like a brown with that caramel, that toffee, because you're getting into those kind of roasted malts a little bit darker. Your Crystal 40, Crystal 60, 80, 120. Then, yeah, your specialty malts also. Yeah, it's got a touch of roastiness to it. Like you can tell it is using those little darker malts along with that caramel, toffee, sweetness in there. Let's go ahead and try it. Kind of a, I almost want to say an acidic, like that from that roasted malt. You are getting a little bit of that caramel, a little bit of that toffee, a little more roasted malt in there, but it's kind of like the back end of this is kind of like an overdone stout that has had or that was made with too much like dark, heavy SRM 500 roasted malts. Like you get that, I don't want to say tanginess, kind of burnt taste in the back of your mouth that kind of stays there. There is some sweetness in there to play off that caramel, that toffee in there. Easy drinking, lighter, 5.8%. Bitterness, there is some bitterness. I would say 30 is good. Perceived as probably 20 to 25. but it almost tastes like the bitterness is coming from the roasted malt. But it's really, they're not really using dark roasted malt or high SRM malts. So I guess it's coming from the hops. Very smooth, easy drinking. On this one, I would probably go 3.75 out of 5. There's nothing really that stands out. I would say this is almost your basic brown ale. I think a more basic version, or the basic version you could make, is to put in a little lighter malt so you don't get that ashy taste in there. Good lacing on there. But yeah, 3.75 out of 5. Let's go ahead and check on tap, see what they're saying. 9 of my friends have checked it in 3.78. 32,000 people have checked it in 3.66. So I'm right there. I don't want to read that. 100% Wisconsin malt, Wisconsin malt of 6 different varieties. Clean hazelnut notes. I do not get hazelnut. Like I said at the very beginning, I like that nuttiness in my browns, and I just don't get it out of this. Yeah, I don't get it. I think, what is it, Rogue Hazelnuts has more hazel taste than this does. Smooth, malty, sweet, dark. So they're not even in the style guidelines, they're not putting hazelnut. So let's check if anybody has said anything. So this, oh, wow. So, oh, yeah, wow. So my last friend to check this in was January 1st, 2021. This is the end of 2022. So I don't know if this just isn't made, or because it's only sold in Wisconsin that not a lot of people drink it. But 32,000 reviews. Definitely a brown is what they said. Then yeah, we're back in 2014. So yeah, if you're into browns, those, I wouldn't say weaker browns, but basic browns, definitely one to pick up and try if you can get it, or if you're somewhere in Wisconsin. So if you enjoyed this review, check some more out over here, and always remember, drink new craft beer.